There's a lot of talk of partners and allies, Jamie, and you referenced that, this is why Europe got itself into its problems, but also then you're highlighting the strengths they have in their education system.
Some of the strengths, yes.
Some, Germany, Switzerland, two you called out. What do you think they will have made of the strategic announcement that we just had? The idea that, I think, civilization erasure was something that was named in the National Security Strategy published this week. Do you think Europe, from your perspective, wants to work with America right now?
I think Europe has a real problem. It's very hard to look at the world and we have moving tectonic plates. You've heard us spoken about. It's AI. The enemy's in the satellite up above and in your computer systems right now. And the world changed. The other tectonic plate is the rise of China, huge global deficits, social network programs that probably can't be maintained over a long period of time. So Europe has a problem. I think they accomplished an unbelievable thing when the Euro got together, the EC, and they said, let's live in peace and not war. They had World War I and World War II, but they had the Franco-Prussian Wars, the Napoleonic Wars, the 100 Years' War, the War of the Roses. And so living in peace is a good thing, but it got bogged down. They never finished the common market. It takes 27 nations, to make a decision. They let their military drop dramatically. It's very bureaucratic, which is why part of the reason that they lost Britain to the EU, which I think makes it bad for both of them, by the way. And so you got to be honest about this. So, and those tectonic plates may move over 20 years. But if we ever write a book about how the West was lost, it will be because of the following. It will be because of we didn't get our act together here, and we go through all the policies here, that we didn't have the strongest military in the world, and that we allowed Europe to fall apart. And so I have a slightly different point of view about Europe. They have some wonderful things, but they've gone from 90% of the GDP of America to 65. That's not because America did anything bad to them. It's their own bureaucracy, their own costs, they do some wonderful things on their safety nets, but they've driven business out, they've driven investment out, they've driven innovation out. It's kind of coming back. I think the leadership, Merz, Macron, Maloney, Starmer, I think they know. I just think politics is really, really hard. Therefore, the fragmentation of Europe, if they fragment, that's exactly what some of our adversaries want. They want to go back to a world like that, and then you kind of have a world that was like it was before World War I, everybody out for themselves. Everyone's got different national security interests, whether it's food or energy or water, and China is a huge country who wants to do bilateral negotiations with every country. If they fragment, then you can say that that America first will not be around anymore. It will hurt us more than anybody else because they are a major ally in every single way, including common values, which are really important. So therefore, I think we should be using our American capability, strength, coercion, democracy, trade, investment to urge them to do what's in their own self-interest, which is military and economic, and the economic is equally important.